What's up, guys? So, I'm not sure if I'm the only one who has noticed, but it seems like no one on the internet is all that impressed by the new trailers that we got shown on the Pokemon Direct back in August. And as the title states, in this video I'm going to talk about why I think that no one really seems to care about the brand new Gen 4 games. And before you unsubscribe, block me, dislike, whatever, I just want you to understand that this is me more or less trying to have a discussion of sorts, because if you've seen my last video on the Diamond and Pearl remakes, I'm extremely excited for these games for several reasons. But I feel like the people who also feel the same way as me are actually a small portion of the Pokemon fanbase for once. So I think there are two reasons for why no one really cares about these games. The first of which is going to be because these games are simply just not what people were expecting. So way back in the beginning of the year, I made a video talking about what I wanted the Gen 4 remakes to be like, and how they could make a whole bunch of other changes to match the Gen 8 aesthetic. And I wasn't alone on this. There were several leaks and so much speculation with the same exact thought processes, just for Game Freak, or actually ILCA, to go with a more simplistic approach for better or worse. And as I said earlier, no one expected them to take this route for BDSP. On top of the fact that the Pokemon Company also announced that Game Freak wouldn't even be making it, but instead making another game that looks exactly like a Breath of the Wild Pokemon game, which I think that they subverted everyone's expectations, but it definitely rubbed almost everyone the wrong way, though they probably had the best intentions. Which leads into reason number two. The reason that it rubbed everybody the wrong way, me especially, was because of how they both looked. Now, in my reaction for the announcement trailers, there was so much disappointment when it came to BDSP, whether it was the renders or the poor lighting, or just the plain fact that they were chibis instead of the Gen 8 models. And Legends Arceus, though it didn't bother me as much, was just as rough in other people's opinions, mainly because of the 4 frames per second chingling. And normally, the way a company would handle such backlash would be an announcement that they will work harder to make a product that people will appreciate more. It's what Bethesda did with Fallout 76, it's what the devs for No Man's Sky did, and the very best example is Halo Infinite, which released a very rough gameplay trailer, and after the fans showed they weren't happy, 343 Industries said, alright, we'll make it look better and also delay it. But we're talking about the Pokemon Company, so delaying isn't really an option. Because as far as I am aware, Game Freak has a contract with the Pokemon Company where they have to essentially release a game a year, and I am assuming that ILCA also has the same contract. But my point is that BDSP and Legends Arceus went on hiatus, and if you've been a long-time Pokemon fan, or if you've watched Tyranitar Tube whatsoever in the last few months, you would know that Pokemon pretty much has an unofficial hype season that starts when we first get the reveal trailers for the games, and it is followed by non-stop sneak peeks until the games are finally released. Unless you're Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, then you just end up getting forgotten by pretty much everyone. All jokes aside, this time around there was silence for 6 months, which in my opinion killed any amount of hype that there would have been for these games. Sure, Pokemon fans got very excited by seeing the new footage for the OLED Switch trailer, but that didn't really last long, and though we have finally gotten 2 new trailers that show off all of the improvements and even added features for BDSP and even new Pokemon and forms for Legends Arceus, no one really cares less than 2 weeks later. And part of the reason is because this is what BDSP should have looked like off rip. But if the Pokemon Company's Twitter put out a tweet back in March addressing the feedback and how they will end up going on hiatus to make the game look better, you already know that everybody would have lost their mind and waited with bated breath for another look at these games. And now, I'm sure no one talking about these games isn't going to affect the sales of them, because come on, it's Pokemon that we're talking about. But until those games do come out, no one really knows. But all I do know is, if these games come out and they don't sell enough to give us a Legends Arceus sequel, I'm going to fly my ass to Japan, walk into Ishihara's office, and seismic toss him and everybody else in the building. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll catch you in the next video.